We're going into the bottom of the eighth. Rangers are up.
Okay.
But just
Guys,
hit it.
this is not a Rangers podcast. This is still the Across the Cowboys podcast.
What are you talking about?
Brendan Smith cannot hold back his excitement for Robert Garcia, our closer, getting through an inning. Brendan, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm doing a lot better now because I seen the impossible happen.
What is the score?
2-1 Rangers.
Oh, I'll take it. Mike, I know you're not a baseball fan, sir, but do you even watch the World Series?
What do you mean? I know the Yankees, who I'm a fan of, are 7-2 and in first place.
He totally did ask Siri that a minute.
How many games have you watched this year?
Baseball, I used to watch and go to the games all the time until the shift stuff happened, and basically everybody tried to hit a home run or strike out, and it wasn't really baseball anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I just haven't been able to get back into it since they switched it back. I love that they apparently have the robots calling balls and strikes now, which I love that way more. That's great. But I just, it's 162 games. How can I watch it like this game, right? There's if they lose, who cares? It's 162 games.
No, this game matters. It's an interdivisional game.
It doesn't matter.
Not really.
It doesn't really matter. If you lose this game, does it? You could win the next 50 games. 150 more games ago. There's too many
tiebreakers. Man.
Football, every game matters because there's 16, 17 of them, and you go. Basketball, even I love watching Luka, but I don't sometimes I'm okay, it's now that Luka's hurt, this over for me. I'm not even a watch. I won't even watch another one. There's just too many games.
Realistically, how many games do you think a baseball season could be where it's okay, this makes sense?
Oh, I would cut it down to 80 easily. They'll never do it because they want to make money off the attendance, but it would be under 100. They just aren't important. They're too old school though. They're not. Look how long it took them to get rid of the shift and do the robot umps. Your sport basically died before. I went to games every year, playoff games and everything. I do not care about baseball at zero, none. And then it doesn't my second favorite team is the Dodgers. I'm a Darryl Strawberry fan, so I was Dodgers. But when I started watching, he was a Dodger fan. I liked him. He went to the Yankees. I followed him there. And so my three favorite teams are Yankees, Dodgers, Mets because I love Darryl Strawberry.
Yeah.
And so the Dodgers are great right now. My little brother's favorite team, Dodger fan. My dad's favorite team, Dodger fan. It's kind of crappy. They could just sign they signed everybody that not this offseason, but the offseason before they won. And every big free agent they signed. And it's okay, it's already boring too long, and now it's you're gonna wait through 162 games. It's there's no way the Dodgers aren't gonna win. I was shocked that it went 7 games. I'm damn, a team took the Dodgers to 7 games. I'm good for them. That's shocking because they played a team that wasn't really that comparatively when you looked at the roster. It's they're not even they're 2 guys on that team would start for the Dodgers. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to get into it. Sorry. We made it about baseball.
Brendan, let me ask you this. If the NFL season was extended to 24 games, would you have the same sentiment that Mike does about baseball towards football?
My first thought was, how many more injuries have happened in those 7 more games? Oh, dear God.
It would I think if it got to 30 games, I would be
oh my God, dude.
The amount of CTE that we
as much as I love football and fantasy, if the season was 30 games, I'm dude, this is overkill.
Yeah, it's too much. It's already too much doing it every day. The Thursday football games are almost never good.
Not Wednesday nights.
There's some games that are close and you watch it and you're oh yeah, it's a close game. So at the end it was good, but the actual watching the games are terrible. It's
very, very true. Well, now that we've got those rants out of the way in true Across the Cowboys fashion, Mike, where can we find you on Twitter, sir?
At Skinny Piglet, guys, nice and easy.
Brendan, let them know where they can find you, sir.
You can find me at Brendan_Smith26.
You can find me at Paul_Ryan15. Back to a more positive note, at least I'd like to think, is free agency has been quiet for the Cowboys Nation in the last couple of weeks. However, the Cowboys were active early in making some impact moves, not to mention being involved in plenty of trade rumors, most recently with linebackers Jordan Brooks and Azeez Al-Shaair. With the draft approaching and quality players still available to sign, the Cowboys have an opportunity to have the best free agency period we've seen in quite some time. Brendan, what are your thoughts on the moves the Cowboys have made thus far?
I feel like I should be. I know, like, of course, the easiest thing to talk about is what I'm about to, but I think I should call dibs because this is the biggest contract in my lifetime. So I feel like I should be able to talk about. It's signing Jalen Thompson. I hate seeing 33 to 36 million and you go, holy crap, we just gave a guy the whole bank. It's like, no, that's what normal teams give deals to good players. Oh, this is like the biggest swing I've ever seen for a safety who can be versatile, slot corner, deep safety, strong safety. And all he has to do is be better than Barry Church, and he's the best safety I've ever watched play for Dallas.
That's the wildest thing is how bad is our GM that's their biggest signing ever. Brandon Carr was 10 mil a year on average at that time. Jalen Thompson's 11 mil, and they haven't signed anybody over that. It's not that. It's that we believe Jerry. That's the problem. The comment, I don't know if you're listening to this on audio, the big guy basically saying Jerry lied again about all in and now bust the budget. He's just saying something to get all they care about is interest. They want to be in the playoff race, try to get into the playoffs so there's interest and they're on TV and they matter for 17 weeks. But you could see from this free agency period, like, there's people legitimately going, they moved different here this year. And I'm like, because they signed one guy, and they started early. See, they did one thing smart. The guys, other than Jalen Thompson, everyone else they signed, they could have gotten now. None of them were signing anytime before. PJ Locke wasn't signing anywhere. They just got him early and got him out of the way. So it's like, oh, look, they were involved. Now, I will admit, going after Nakobe Dean was different. They didn't get him, and that's embarrassing. But they did, if we went into this and they had signed Nakobe Dean and Jalen Thompson, we would be like, gotta say, they signed two decent sized contracts. Got to give them credit on that, So it's fine, but it's like
everything's relative.
They normally do, but it's like. Mm-hmm. They're the worst. So doing better is they're the 28th worst out of the 32 teams this year. And it's like, okay, great. They moved up 3 spots, but it's and I loved the Jalen Thompson signing. But that should have been your third main signing. You should have signed a bigger name linebacker and a bigger named edge rusher. And they, Jalen Thompson was the guy we got. That was the big, oh, man.
Not a fan of Rashawn Gary, it sounds like.
I mean, it was one, it's not free agency. They traded for him before free agency started. And the other is you didn't improve. He's about Clowney. And Clowney had a good year last year. So I'm not we would take Clowney if Gary played decent versus the run and got us 7.5 to 8 sacks. We would all be like, awesome, great move. But it's not Owe would have been a move. We signed this guy on the guarantees. It was 4 years, 17 mil a year. And we got a younger guy that we have for the next few years that we're building around, to go in with Ezeraku and Quentin Williams as our future guys.
The sport here, they said Devin Lloyd was not a high IQ player, yet they started Kenneth Murray for a full season and paid him $7 to $8 million. What are your thoughts on that, though, about Devin Lloyd? Do you feel like that's a big miss by us, or are you okay with not paying him?
I'm okay because they didn't try, which means they were like that. Christian Parker was like, nah, I don't really like it. I would rather wait and try. I still believe that if things don't work out in the draft and they can't get a trade, that Dallas would go get a Bobby Wagner type player. I'm not saying that exact name, but they get an older veteran to put in there, a Matt Milano or one of those type of dudes.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, Mike. Do you think that Jalen Thompson and Rashawn Gary are impact players for this team?
They're good players for this team. I get for our defense, yeah, because our safety room was horrible, and Jalen Thompson will help the secondary. Kobe Durant will help the secondary, and Gary will be a good edge setter that I think could work towards 7-8 sacks. Like that may be the high end, but I could see him. I could see him at the end of the year having 7.5 sacks. I could see that.
You wouldn't consider those impact moves.
I mean, did you think Clowney was an impact move?
I mean, he looked like our best defensive lineman last year, so I didn't say it's an impact move, but he had an impact.
For Dallas, it's an impact move. An impact move for the Rams is they went and got Trent McDuffie. Yeah. And they were better than you already. The Carolina Panthers beat you, made the playoffs, went and got better players than you did. Or on paper, you don't know how it's going to work. Maybe CP makes these people better. But, from what we know now, it was fine. We're better. We're better than the last year. Do I expect us to go in and compete with the Rams and Denver and Buffalo and Baltimore? No, I don't. Like they'll still probably put a whooping on us. But let's see. Let's see what this coaching staff can do when you have a really high-powered offense and you get coaches that raise the floor of the defense. Maybe you're sitting in the playoff range.
So, yeah, you mentioned Denver. I know this is kind of off topic here, but you talk about impact moves. The Denver, we saw them last year. They make it to the AFC title game. And, of course, if Bo Nix's injury, who knows how that goes. But this offseason, they go out and they make an impact move in trading for Jalen Waddle. Do you feel like that is the right type of move? Something like that? For them.
Like, when I heard the trade, I was like, woof. Like, I would, if Dallas did that, I would be like, what the fuck are we doing? Yeah. But for Denver, that's like, okay, Mahomes is going to be back. Buffalo is going to be in the range. Baltimore got a new coach. They might be bouncing back. So they're trying to like stay in that battle to be in the AFC conference title game. So yeah, it makes sense. Add some speed, add a playmaker to their offense. Try to elevate a quarterback that's, none of us think he's like a top tier, quarterback. He's fine if you get a really good team around him. So yeah, I like that for them. I like that for Buffalo. I like that for teams that are in that range. I would loathe that for us. That makes no sense right now.
Well, what has surprised you most about their offseason so far, Mike?
I would say that I was surprised that both the linebackers chose the Raiders over us.
Yeah.
Like, they know CP, Dean knows CP, and you went to the Raiders to play with your buddies. Like, it's the NFL, man. What are we like? That right there made me go, okay, I'm glad we didn't pay him. Because I'm like, that should not be your thought process. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go play with my homeboys from Georgia. Like, what are you doing? Like that's like somebody that's like, I don't know, maybe Nakobe Dean did win a Super Bowl, maybe he wants to retire early and he's thinking, hey, I'll get this one big contract and do it. But that feels like something Tank, would have done at the end of his career or something like that. A guy coming out of his rookie contract looking at his first extension, that was wild to me. I didn't like that very much. So, but that surprised me. I didn't think we would lose both those linebackers, especially to one team.
Could be the Tom Brady effect.
Could be.
When I saw that, I'm like, in my mind, I'm going, man, I wonder if you look at Dallas's history these last 30 years and you see how they move in free agency and, all the circus acts with Jerry and Steven and everything, like, has the appeal to be a Dallas Cowboys like lost its allure for players? Or like, if they're not a serious franchise, like we're not going to win anything. Like, why even go there?
The agent thing would be like, I'm sitting there going, God damn, CD Lamb and Dak Prescott and Micah Parsons couldn't get paid. Like your best guys, you struggled to get paid. So if I'm like, do I want to deal with that with them?
Exactly. Yeah.
And you're not winning. They're never competing to win. They don't go all in with their stuff. So I understand why players would be like, I'm good on that.
Yeah. Like, what is the benefit of going here anymore? What about you, Brendan? What has surprised you about their offseason?
I like to point out no one has brought up that Rashawn Gary is going to wear number 7, which is utterly disgusting. So I'm already down on that move just because of that. But all joking aside, I was shocked that they actually did sign someone. I know like Jalen Thompson was an early signing, and it's like, whoa, it is something. But then also going back to the whole Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker to the Raiders, it made sense. Dallas was going to I think Dallas was closer to that contract, but Dallas wasn't giving enough money, and Dallas was only going to get one of the linebackers. So you got to think, I can get more money, go play with my good friend, and we're both going to be there. We're both getting the bag. Why not?
Makes
sense.
That
number 7, is that you think that's something that should be hanging in the rafters? Should be in the Cowboys?
Oh hell no!
Or what do you think in there?
No, but a man that is over 250 pounds should not be wearing it.
7's a pass catcher or a DB's number.
No, or
yeah.
Small. I think Quay Walker Ward's number 7, like a smaller size linebacker, like an off-ball linebacker wouldn't be terrible. But if you're in the front 4, what are you doing?
I don't like 7 in my front 7. I don't want a number 7.
I think certain linebackers could pull it off. I'm not saying I would want it, but I think I could see. Dude, if I see an edge rusher going after it, and I'm going, that's what I hated watching Dante Fowler wear 13. That was ugly as hell. You go, who did that? Oh wait, that's Dante down there. Well, good for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure. If I feel that serious about players choosing numbers, but I can understand the thought there. Which free agent that they were linked to but missed out on disappointed you most, Mike?
Boye Mafe, $20 million a year. I like that. Like I loved Owe's contract. I know that had all the big numbers in it, but it was really 4 years, $17 million a year for the guarantees. So I like that one. But Boye Mafe's total was $20 million a year. Like, go get one of those young dudes that you could, hopefully, maybe at the end of it, you're like, he wasn't really worth $20 million, like Brandon Carr. But when you look back, like, okay, overall the money wasn't worth it, but he was still a good player for you. Like, yeah. I feel like Dallas doesn't get those anymore. All they do is like, we're gonna pay these guys nothing and hope they become a Zach Bond type, our running back, Javonte Williams. They hit on that. But they never just go and like, all right, maybe at the end of it looks like we overpaid, but we got a good player. Like, we paid a good player great money instead of paying crap money and hoping that we get a big value out of it. But mostly it's going to be Peyton Turner where they don't even play, or Logan Wilson where they barely play, or Kenneth Murray where they're terrible, or Kyer Elam where they're not good. Like, just go get a guy that's good and pay him. Like, I think Jalen Thompson is that. Jalen Thompson I think he's going to start and be a solid guy. And if he doesn't end up being a Pro Bowler or get a bunch of interceptions, you'll still be like, he gave you Malik Hooker plus play. And that's not bad for $11 million a year. It's not terrible. Like, do more contracts like that. Go get good players, even if you're overpaying them a little bit.
What about you, Brendan?
Any linebacker, you see how dire your situation is. Overshown's a good player who can never stay healthy, so you're banking on that. And then some websites, actually a lot of websites are awful with their takes. Like, oh, inside linebacker position rankings. And they said Dallas at 32 because they only showed Shamar James.
I've seen that. That's
wild. What? Shamar could be a cool 3rd, 4th string linebacker. And he's saying he's our first. Why? What are we doing here? But it's got to be any linebacker. You're going into the draft saying, hey, with our second, unless Styles falls, which I don't think he's going to fall, or we trade up for him, you're not getting up your first round pick. That second first round pick has to be a linebacker. Like, it almost has to. And you're saying to everybody in front of you, I need you. Every team and every team behind you goes, hey, they're gonna go take Jacob Rodriguez. Or we trade to the one team in front of them, please get them. Like we know that's who they're going. They won't say who they're going for. That's who they're going right now.
The second pick. My guess is it's not going to be 2 first-round picks, especially if they get a linebacker.
I know. I was just saying because we always hear Dallas could move around and then they almost never do. So I'm not getting my hopes up on that front. But I'm just saying you're telling me, hey, we need that, or you're going to go into the NFL season with Shamar James and DeMarvion Overshown in a brand new scheme. I would throw up.
Which free agent are you happy Dallas didn't sign, Brendan?
Oh, Phillips.
Yep.
Without even a question. $30 million? Are you joking?
For a guy who medically retired already.
Yeah. No. You gotta be like, honestly, like, oh, Myles Garrett's a free agent. Okay, Dallas did that. Or like, honestly, like I know Mike would have done this. I would have done this for Trey Hendrickson just as well, like we signed someone huge, just so I could say that. Like, oh my gosh, huge names. I would have done that. Jalen Phillips. I know the Panthers are just spending money to try to get better. They spent a lot of money on Devin Lloyd as well. But like Jalen Phillips, $30 million for a guy who can't stay healthy. What are we doing?
So would you rather Jerry operate the way that the Panthers GM is operating, or operate the way he's operating?
Oh, Panthers. I do something. The Panthers have money and they're doing it. Dallas has money and they can do it. But I'm just saying that contract, if you had a lot of other big contracts like, oh, Teterola McMillan has to get paid next year. We really like Bryce Young. We're gonna pay him next year. And you're doing that move. And of course they can manipulate the cap. That would be dumb. But they're an up and coming team. They're just trying to swing. They'll probably be really competitive in like 2 years, so they can mess with that contract, then making it that cap hits like nothing.
And that's the key: is you want Jerry to be like the Panthers when we get a rookie quarterback.
So what type of
what happened?
Numbers would you need to see from Jalen Phillips to feel like that contract's worth it for you, Mike? For the entire contract,
the Jalen Phillips.
If he played 50 games and had 40 sacks, would you feel like, okay, that wasn't a worthwhile investment?
How many, like in the entirety of the contract?
What was his? What was
4 years, right?
4 year contract? 3 years, $30 million apiece, or 4 years?
I thought it was 4 years.
Yeah, so he would have to average double-digit sacks and play at least 14 games a season.
So if he played 50 games and had 40 sacks, would you feel like that was a worthwhile investment?
50 divided by 4. I don't think that's enough games, right? Because he would be
less than 30. It's less than 14. It's less. It's over.
I would want 60. I would want 60 games, at least 55. 55 games and then 40 sacks. Then I would be like, okay, I don't know if it was worth it, but I don't think you could be mad about it. Like he was a really productive player for you.
Yeah. What about you, Brendan? Would you be fine with that?
Like I've said for a while now, I would be okay if just Dallas says they're swinging at it. That's why I was fine. Like Trey Hendrickson, we don't know how healthy he truly is and all that. I've been like, oh damn, he didn't look that good. Dallas tried. I'm so okay with a swing and a miss more than like, oh no, you're just taking pitches here. Like,
that was my Mozzie. That was my Mozzie take. My Mozzie take was, I don't care if it's good or not. I don't care if he sucks or. That was a good pick to me because they put investment into the DT, and it continued from there. They got Quinnen, they got Kenny Clark, they drafted Osa in the third. Like that was like they at least started to value the defensive tackle. They just missed on the player. I'll take it as long as they're valuing things and trying to do things different like that.
So what you have to do, So what you have to do is draft someone so bad at a position, you go, oh, man, okay, we had to overcompensate here. And then you get Kenny Clark and Quinn Williams. You just have to draft someone so bad he didn't make the Jets.
And it switched their whole, like, who they look for in the draft. Because I really believe their switch to, like, we want guys to love football was about the Mozzie Smith. Like, Mozzie Smith is too talented to fail at football. You're too big. You're too strong. You're actually decently fast. Why couldn't you just develop? Well, he didn't want to work that hard to do it.
Imagine, having those physical traits and that being that gifted. You're just like, I'm not really feeling this.
That's how people are. Some people don't love football. Football's hard.
It's crazy.
Football is hard. Middle linebacker and tight end, dude. I was all fucked up when I played. So
we talk about at least, being in the mix, swinging, even missing. Looking at Max Crosby, even with those bad medical reports, with not necessarily. We'll skip this question, but did you feel like the Cowboys, that was like a swing and a miss, but at least they were trying type of move, being involved in the Max Crosby talks?
I like what they offered. Somebody beat them for the offer, but that's about what I would have offered. I wasn't going above that. So a 1 and a 2 for Crosby. I'm not giving 2 1s because Parsons got that. There's no way that he should have. So 1 and a 2 felt right, and they got a better offer and went with that. I was okay with that.
I honestly didn't like them offering 12. I would have liked 20 in the next year's second. That's just something I'd be like, okay, cool. We did it. Let's ride. Dallas needs pick 12, or what do they trade up for? They need that pick horribly. They need an instant impact talent who can be on a cheap contract for a little while, so we don't have to, alienate that person immediately.
By the way, as long as we're getting the second round pick back, that's exactly why I'm okay trading up. Because if I trade up and I know I'm getting a Bailey, a Downs, a Styles, then I'm like, okay, I don't mind that I have to move back from 20 to 39 because most of those guys I got 20 guys in there that I like anyway. So one of them will be there at 39, but I got my 12 was a badass, and I don't want to wait on 12 and then everybody goes and I end up having to draft Massador, who I really like. I just don't want him at 12.
Value just didn't add up.
Yes.
So how would you feel, Brendan, if draft night comes, pick 20, pick 93, Cowboys announce a trade. They've traded pick 20 and 93 for Max Crosby. How you feeling?
Oh, I'd like that. I mean, but we have to know that he's healthier, but I would not mind it at all.
What about you, Mike?
I would want to trade down from 12.
That's fair. No, that's a better.
Because Crosby would be our 12 pickup, our beast pickup, and now we need to trade down from 12 and accumulate 1 or 2 more picks so that we can build around the addition of Crosby because we already lost 93.
And in trade down, I imagine you're targeting a linebacker, or are you still going for a corner?
I'm going for best player. Okay. George picked last year. Everybody told me we have to be wide receiver. What are we going to do wide receiver? And I was like, we talked on the podcast. I was like, O-line's fine with me. Like, we need help at O-line. Like, Terrence Steele and Guyton are our tackles. Like, we still need help at O-line. So if Noah's there and he's your best guy, and I don't want to go and take CJ Allen, who I don't have anywhere near as good as Noah because it's like we need defense. Well, then fucking sign and trade people. Spend some money. Don't lose don't pick a way worse draft person because you suck in free agency. Like, I want them to pick the best football players. There's certain things you don't want a quarterback. Obviously, you have a. I wouldn't want a running back. I think you put enough into that, paying Williams, and you got the 2 young draft picks you're trying to develop, like early picks. I'm not trying to put them into that, but otherwise, and interior offensive line, center and guard, I wouldn't want to put into because you already have guys. There's nowhere for them to play on early picks. But other than that, tackle, tight end, I love Fergie, but he's got 1 more year of guaranteed money. So if there's some tight end that dropped crazy to 20, Sadiq, and you drafted him, I would be like, okay, was he your best player? I get it. I don't really want that. I don't really want Noah. I want Ruben Bain. I want Bailey. I want Styles. Like, people think that because I say, well, yeah, you got to take this guy. It's like, oh, I hope we get a lineman. Fuck no, I don't want an offensive lineman. But if Noah's there, I'm not taking CJ Allen or Mesidor or Thieneman. They're not the same caliber player. So give me the better player. I'm trying to get good players in the draft.
I don't think we've said a single nice thing about Terrence Steele on this podcast in 2 years.
Yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault.
He's a good run blocker.
Brendan's bashing has been mainly about Terrence Steele, so I will take a lot of blame for that.
Terrence Steele, Jordan Lewis.
It's hard
Yeah.
because the way I look at it is if your defense is like, say your defense is 20th. That's a big improvement, 20th. You're not top half of the league, but you've improved. I think when you go into games, you're not going to go, oh, we're going to lose because of the defense. We're going to lose because of this, that. It's because when we play Denver and Buffalo and San Francisco and them, our offensive tackles are going to get killed. And we're only going to score. We're not going to be the 35-point scoring team because your offensive tackles stink. They're just not good enough pass protectors. So anytime we play the Niners, Nick Bosa and their backups and their third string guys are getting pressure on Dak because we don't have tackles that can block anybody. Pass block.
Yeah, you definitely got to trust your board in moments like that. That's for sure.
I'll make people mad, though, saying that. I don't want to tackle either, guys. I don't want offensive line. I do not. It's just if I get stuck, I'll take Carnell Tate. If he goes to 12, and sorry, Pickens, we'll figure it out. We'll play with you for a year, and if we've got Lamb, we got a first round pick, you're going to go somewhere else. It is what it is. What do you want me to do? I'm drafting the best players.
Yeah, we're talking about linebacker earlier. Of Jordan Brooks and Al-Shaair, who would you prefer, Mike?
I'm an Al-Shaair guy. I love Al-Shaair. I also believe he's more of a green dot than Jordan Brooks is. Jordan Brooks is a will. I have in a 3-4, I don't care. You play him there, it'd be fine. You can make Overshown the green dot. I don't care. It's different in the 3-4 setting. But I love Al-Shaair. I wanted to sign him when he signed with Texans. He was the type of Jalen Thompson signing I wanted. So he didn't break the bank. He was like Jalen Thompson, a very good, solid contract, and I knew he was going to be a good starting linebacker. And he got into a defense that's badass in Houston, and now he's a stud linebacker. Here, I don't think he would be a stud. He'd be a really good linebacker, though, like a quality starting middle linebacker. And so I'm that guy. But, I mean, beggars can't be choosers. Now they're going to be like, oh, we got Jordan. We would be celebrating on here. Like, hell yeah, we added Jordan Brooks. So I don't want to make it like a knock on Jordan Brooks. If I'm forced to pick one, I've been an Al-Shaair guy for a long time. Jordan Brooks was better than him last year.
All-Pro, I believe.
All-Pro.
Last year, but yeah.
My preference, especially with what I think Park is going to do, is Al-Shaair. But that's why I don't believe Al-Shaair is available. Texans aren't dumb.
He's not.
For it. Yeah. So Brooks is the guy, and I'd be absolutely ecstatic if we got Brooks.
How would you feel if we traded 20 for Brooks?
Hate. Oh God.
Oh,
first round for a linebacker. Gross.
I'm just asking. I don't know what his value is, so that's why I'm asking.
It'd be a trade back scenario. So you would get the Broncos pick, and they would get pick 20. So you would pick 20. You would pick 29, and then you would also be getting Brooks. That would be because I think it's like a late round pick. I've seen from videos.
How do you feel about 93 straight up for Brooks?
I like it. I'll take it.
What is it?
93.
So here's my plan. If we trade back and pick up another pick, send one of those third-round picks for Brooks, and I'd be totally happy with it. Or make all your picks in this year's draft if the players are fall right, and trade next year's picks like they did with Pickens. Totally good with that. You could always trade back and accumulate picks next year.
Yeah. Who do you prefer of the two, Brooks or Al-Shaair for you, Brendan?
I don't think Al-Shaair is even available. Every Texans reporter and everything's like, why are these reports out? Yeah. They keep saying like he's like crap. Why does D'Amico Ryan? I forgot D'Amico Ryan's name for some stupid reason. Like they're saying like, oh, that's like D'Amico Ryan's long lost son on defense. Like they're saying like it's that kind of connection between them. And all that. You're gonna lose your green dot on when you have the best defense in the league, the defense that should have beat the Patriots if their offense wasn't just the biggest crap shit I've ever seen.
They were anti-Dallas. They were the opposite of Dallas.
Oh, we don't lose a game with Dallas's offense last year, and then that defense. You don't lose a game.
And if you had our offense and Texans defense,
that's what I'm saying. You have that, and then plus Aubrey on your special team. Oh yeah, dude, you don't lose. Dak is like, I've got the ball 4 extra times this game. What do I do with this? We usually get the ball back that many times against like the Commanders or something. Why? How do I have the ball now against Philly? because the defense smothers. And outside here is a big part of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you think Dallas is done making moves, signing or trading for players right now, Mike?
Yeah, till after the draft.
Yeah, too close to the draft now. You agree, Brendan?
Oh, completely. They're in talks with Bobby Wagner. I know. I don't know. Like in talks. My bad. I misspoke on that. But like Shoddy has come out and said like, oh, I love Wagner and all that from like his time in Seattle and all that. So I know they're always gonna have like connections and all that, but nothing will happen until the draft. A big trade could happen, but that's not happening until late April.
Yeah. Is defensive end or linebacker a bigger need in your eyes, Brendan?
Linebacker. I can survive with hopefully Ezraku takes a jump in a 3-4, and then Gary can get me. I know you said like 7 to 8 sacks. If you can give me 6 sacks, I wouldn't be hating. Like if he's as long as he's good against the run still,
yeah,
I wouldn't be the most opposed to it. People are rating Shamar James as our starting linebacker.
Can I ask you?
That's
a question,
just troll work, dude. That's not need to be taken seriously.
But you need more than one linebacker. This is not we're gonna be running dime every play.
Can I ask a question? Okay, it's pick 12, and they're same graded, an edge and a linebacker, same graded, both graded in the top 12 players, same grade. Are you picking the edge or the linebacker?
So you're saying because
Sonny Styles and Ruben Bain are there.
Yeah, my heart is getting. I'm screaming at my TV to trade to pick 13, so you can get both.
Oh, you got to pick one now. You got to pick one. Then Mike, you have to pick one after.
I love Ruben Bain. I love Ruben Bain.
My point of that exercise is linebacker is clearly the. I mean, we're deprived of linebacker.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you told me which one I want to improve more, I want to improve the edge position.
Dude, I love Ruben Bain.
Pass rush, man.
If Downs wasn't such a I know for safety stuff for a DB such a unicorn. If he wasn't that dude, I would think Ruben Bain's my favorite player in the draft. I would take him without even a second thought. But since Downs is that dude, my dream picks: Downs, Bain, Styles, Bailey. That's how I rank because
I'm pretty close to that.
Yeah,
I'm Downs, Bailey, Bain, Styles. So I mean, we're basically same 4.
Yeah, Styles tested way too well for me to go oh no, we don't want him. But also that it does scare me. Oh no, this person tested really well. Why isn't he doing well in the league? I don't know. Because we've seen freaks do nothing. Which surprised me, but no, I go Bain.
I think you're safe with Styles. And I'm not even linebacker guy.
I love Ruben Bain. You can talk about, oh no, he's a T-Rex. I don't give a shit. You didn't watch any game at all. If you're complaining about that, he murdered in the playoffs. My God, did he murder?
He's going to be a problem. I don't care how long his arms are.
I see him because you can say oh, is it smaller? He can go to a 3-4 end instead of an edge. I'm brother, he makes me think. Of course, I don't nowhere near, but he makes me think of Aaron Donald the way he plays.
He could play wide 9. If you played him wide 9 his whole career, he'd still be a good.
Well, I know. I'm not saying, but people want to say oh, he's smaller. It's oh, you want him against guards, not tackles. I'm okay, cool. You have. I don't want to say Aaron Donald because he's the best defensive player I've watched in my lifetime, but he's up there as one of those guys.
Type of player.
Yes. Yeah. I don't want to make the jump saying, oh, he's a Hall of Fame multi-time.
Yeah, it would be like some dummy saying Cooper Flagg in 1 year is Kobe Bryant. He's going to be better than Kobe Bryant. Nobody would be that dumb.
Shots fired, huh? Shots fired.
That poor kid. I just feel bad for Cooper Flagg, man. I see somebody else said better than
Luka.
Luka.
The kid said he was going to be better than Luka. I'm whoa.
No, they're saying better than Luka and Dirk.
Better than Kobe. I'm
I saw that too. I'm what are you talking about?
He said wow, they went from Dirk to Luka to Flagg, and I think the third one's the best one. Whoa!
Pause.
Whoa!
Let him play a couple years. God,
I'm just saying, bro. I got to watch Kobe's entire career. I see something. I feel
bad for him though, because it's Because it's basically like, what if he is great, but he's not Luka or Dirk?
All right, let's get back to football.
I did want to ask. I'm going to ask y'all both. I'm going to ask you first, Mike. Do you think the addition of Ruben Bain to this defensive line would elevate it more and be better for the defense than adding Sonny Styles to this weak linebacker core pairing with Overshown B?
Yeah,
more
because
for the
he's
defense.
Edge. He's the edge.
Agree with that, Brendan? Is that your take?
If I get Ruben Bain at my edge, I can add Bobby Wagner and be fine. I'll be okay at linebacker. If you add Sonny Styles and your linebackers are really good, but you don't get a edge rusher to, if Donovan's not the same guy off his injury and Gary's getting, you're cooked. Like, you need edge rush, you need pass rush.
How many times?
And linebacker is easier to.
My bad.
Especially with our front. You'll be all right. Just get a guy at linebacker. You'll be okay.
Fair.
Same question, Brendan. Are you?
Here he disagreed with you. He said,
I was saying, how many times when we watched the QB sit in the back, we should have beat. We could have beat Detroit if Jared Goff is like when we talked all week. Hey, just get to Goff. If you get to Goff, then guess what? You could win. And we know what we didn't do. We didn't get to Jared Goff.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, it's like just get in front of Jared Goff and you can win. You can get turnovers, and you got none.
Yeah.
Bain is by far my second biggest draft crush. Like I said, if Downs wasn't just that dude, I'd be screaming, "I want Bain" more than anyone.
I think we're
Downs.
I really think we're gonna end up getting Downs.
I have a feeling we're gonna trade up, and it won't be for Downs though. No, it won't be for Downs. It'll be for.
I think they're gonna trade up for
Styles.
What if you didn't have to trade up and you still got Downs?
That would be surprising. I think Bain might fall because some people are the arm length. It's not about they don't think he could be an edge rusher. They think he's a DT, and they don't he'll be a good DT, but not like people got to remember that Aaron Donald went 14th, 13th or 14th, somewhere in there.
I thought the Cowboys were about to get him.
Vita Vea was somewhere in there too. Not he was in the early teens. So, I could see Ruben Bain. In my opinion, I think we'll either get Ruben Bain at 12, or we're going to trade up to 6, 8, 9 and get Downs.
Hey man, if that was the outcome of that first round pick, you can't be mad about either one of those. So.
And then in the second, grab either CJ Allen or Rodriguez at 39, wherever that second is. You don't have to worry about fifth year option on a linebacker. You got your green dot guy that would not be bad. You got your guy in the back end to get everything set up. You got your green dot to set up the front seven, and then you do have to go out and find something pass rush wise. I don't know if it's a Romello Height or you make some kind of move to come back up and get another guy, or you trade for a veteran. But I'm not going to be mad if we walk out of here with Downs and Rodriguez. I'm not going to be pissed about that.
All right. So after the additions of Jalen Thompson, PJ Locke, and Kobe Durant, how do you feel about our secondary, Mike?
It's improved. It was our weakest position, so I'm very happy they did stuff to make it better. So I'm pretty happy about going into next year. I'm securing if we didn't get Downs and our picks ended up being Ruben Bain and a linebacker trading back or whatever, I would be like, okay, our DB room is serviceable, especially if Rebel takes the step I think he will, and Bland's okay, and Durant, you have that mix of players. Thompson could play the nickel. PJ Locke is a good third safety reserve coming in. I'm content with our defensive backs. I'd like to improve it, but I'm content with it. And so I feel like they did what was necessary for their DBs. The problem is they didn't do it for edge rusher or linebacker, but they used free agency to say, if we get nothing else, our DBs we can live with for the year, and we won't have the 32nd ranked, pass defense.
Brendan,
I want to say the bar is set so low Set so low. This secondary was almost as bad as 2020, and we just had Daryl Worley out there and all that. The only reason I'm hesitant to draft a corner high, I would not be mad at Delane at 12 at all. I wouldn't, but I feel like with that they're gonna want to play Kobe Durant more. They're gonna want to play Rebel. So if you draft a corner high, he's starting. Bland is obviously playing, could be in the slot or whatever, but he's playing. I think Kobe Durant, Rebel has to play. If you're wanting development out of him, he has to play.
Yeah.
And so if they draft someone high, I'm a little worried.
I agree.
What do you think that'd be more worried about, Revel or Bland in that scenario, though?
Rebel, because Bland's getting paid, so Dallas is going to say, unless that foot is turned backwards, like Alan Hearns, then that mother effer is playing out there.
Especially in 2026, where they can't get out of the contract. Yeah, Rebel would basically have a second redshirt year. And I don't love that. I want to get that guy's talented. That guy might be more talented than the corners. If healthy, if he was never injured, I think he'd be the first cornerback this year. No, McCoy would. If both are healthy, it would be McCoy, Rebel, Delane. Rebel had that good a tape in his year. He just got hurt. He's killed his knee.
I don't know. I feel like if we took a corner that high, it would signal to me that maybe they're more concerned with Bland's foot than.
Yeah, but he's going to play.
I agree with that.
I'm just saying.
Going forward after this year, I agree. I think they would be looking to get out of Bland's contract. It would just put Rebel back another year, and that would. I wouldn't love that.
You don't think that they would if they did do that? Let's just say Delane was there and that was their number one on their board. When after 1 through 11 went through, if they're if we take him, we don't have to rush Bland back, and then we have Rebel who can play, and we have this guy who can play, and then we have Kobe Durant in the slot. It's or Jalen Thompson, then we don't have to rush Bland back. You don't think so?
I think they play Bland. Because both the guys are injured, Siobhan Ravel's still coming off of, recovering from his ACL. And then Deron Bland's got the foot, but one of them makes money.
Mm-hmm.
They paid him as a dude, as a cornerstone.
That's why I've never liked the McCoy pick. I know we saw his workout and all that, which I'm happy that he's healthier. That's just cool to see. You never want a player to be oh crap, that foot's. That leg's awful right now. But you're gonna have so you're gonna have 3 injured guys technically almost starting if Kobe Durant doesn't start.
That's
you
fair.
Want that? I know what Mike says, of course players who stayed healthy can get hurt. We've seen that, which is a very fair argument. But I don't want to bank on it. Hey, we drafted this guy so high. I'm you have to start. We're paying Bland. Y'all have to play. Like Ravel.
He's Mauanoa. He's like Mauanoa. Do I really want to draft McCoy? No, not really. No. But if he's there at 12 and he's the best player, I'm gonna take him. But I'm not rooting for McCoy to be the pick.
If the draft board is horrible and in somehow, some way, no one's calling you, I would be shocked because it's pick 12. But if no one's calling, then no, I'm not gonna be throwing a tantrum why did we take McCoy? This is so stupid. No, but that's nowhere near the option. I'm yes, that's what we needed. Okay, our defense is so much better now. I'm yikes.
That's fair. And McCoy's my 3rd-rated player.
Wow.
But I would be nervous
if we didn't sign Durant. Honestly, we'd
have to get it.
Oh yeah, I would completely agree. But Durant gives you that floor. Is he the guy you're wanting to start 17 games? No, not really. But he's okay, cool. We said that. Okay, now edge rusher looks a lot worse. Now linebacker looks so much worse, and all that. It sets a floor.
Yep.
How much better are you feeling about our defense heading into the draft, Mike?
If we're saying compared to last year, we're better. If we're saying are we
I'm saying since the end of the season.
I feel better than last year. We're better than last. We are. We're better, but I don't. It's not I'm all right. We're in contention now. We're not a major league, the Cleveland Indians. We're contenders now. No, their defense has not improved to that level. They're better, but it's like we're maybe gonna make the playoffs. That type of level.
Brendan, feel the same way?
It's a Cowboy special. Man, that bar set so there's no way it could be worse. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Hey, you had the 32nd ranked defense. Dang, that's awful. Hey, you got the 28th this year. Whoa. Yeah. 4 teams are worse than us. Yeah, 4 teams are worse. Whoa, dude, we're good.
Improvement.
That is improvement, right?
Sam Williams only was 60 miles over the speed limit this time, not 120.
Oh, man.
Boom.
Has your draft plan for the Cowboys changed at all with the moves they've made in free agency, Brendan?
No, best defensive player on the board. Like I said, I don't want McCoy because like an injury, but it's like, hey, that's the last. Do it. Like, don't even think about it. Like, oh, we could draft. I don't think Carnell Tate's going to be there because I know that now there's funny talks that Browns could take him if they don't trade out, which is hilarious. But like, they're like, oh wait, you can get Mekhi Lemon. I'm like, no, give me the corner. Give me the corner right now. The offense does not need that comparatively to what Dallas needs. The defense needs.
Mike?
I'm more open to trading up now, where before I was like, just trade back from 12 and 20. As long as you're picking up an early second round pick in return, I'm okay packaging 12 and 20 to move up.
Fair.
And I mean, do you still feel like if Dallas didn't leave the draft for the corner out of the first round, how would you feel?
Good. I don't think they need a corner in the first round. I'm trying to get a corner at 93, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I saw you, the guy that you liked more out of on that list that you had out of was it Fresno? Not Fresno State, but was it Florida State or
my corners? The third rounders. I like the Texas kid. I think Muhammad.
Texas.
I like him. I like Rivers. I don't know if Rivers will make it to 92.
I think it's Scott.
What? I don't think Scott will make 92 either. That's the thing. I don't think those guys, the guys that I like more, I don't think will get all the way to 92.
I was just trying to think of names. Paul was thinking.
It was. Sorry, let me look real quick.
I think Johnson. I think Johnson.
That guy ain't making.
Yeah, I would say like that's not happening. But like.
Yeah, Chris Johnson, San Diego State.
Listen, I'm going to tell you guys a secret that, like, I don't want to pick anyone at 20. I do not want to make a pick at 20. There's too many guys I like. I don't care who you name, unless it's one of, like, Styles. You know, not the guys who would take at 12. Nobody. I want none of them at 20. You can't convince me to take any of them. Not even my favorite people. But if they drafted Chris Johnson, I would be like, oh, I wish they traded back, but I would be like, damn, they got a good fucking player. I love Chris Johnson. I think he could end up being the best corner in the draft. He moves different than, like, he never is penalized because he's never worried about it. You grab because you're afraid somebody's going to get away from you. The guy almost never moves first because he's like, I don't care where you go. I can transition like that. I'm going to be right next to you. So he's never called for penalties. And he almost always will make the offensive player make the first move because he's like, I'll wait. Go ahead. You ain't getting away from me. He moves. He's so fluid. Like, God, I love that kid. But I don't want to pick him at 20. But if they picked him at 20, I would be like, that's a good fucking pick. Him and Emmanuel McNeil-Warren are like oh, damn. These guys could be like game changers in the secondary if they get the right development.
So you'd rather Chris Johnson over Jacob Rodriguez at 20?
I have Chris Johnson rated higher, but we need the linebacker more. That's the thing that sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it would be like, it's like so I want to hurry up because we're almost in an hour. We still have to do top 5.
We haven't been on in 3 weeks. You're gonna have to bear with us, man.
I know, man. It's been a long day. So
sorry, man.
No, it's okay. So I want Downs, right? He's the best player. I want him to go up but my mind makes a case for Bailey that I really like because if I get Bailey or Bain, but I'm going to say Bailey because he's my top edge. So we get Bailey And now we have the speed rusher that we didn't have, because even Bane's more of a power guy than a speed guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's true.
So we have the speed rusher that we don't have on the team to mix with as D-Easy and Gary, right? Well, now, even though we didn't get the safety that I love, at 92, there's probably going to be a couple safeties that I like a lot that can play. At say we moved up, right? At 39, Allen could be there, Rodriguez could be there. There could be guys. So you could end up getting your edge rusher Bailey at 6, let's say. At 39, you get Rodriguez or Allen, right? And then at 93, you end up getting Wheatley. Well, now you've gotten like, okay, I got a free safety for the future to replace Malik Hooker, who's very rangy and can develop. I got a green dot linebacker, and I got an edge rusher. And if I flip that and I go, okay, I'm going to take Downs first because he's a fucking monster. He's the best player. Now I get to 39 and I'm like, damn, I missed the edges. Like, I don't think Malachi Lawrence will be there. Our Mason Thomas isn't quite a Bailey, even if he it's like, I didn't get the impact edge I wanted. Yeah. And then you get to 93 and you're like, okay, well, I got Downs, who's kind of a corner safety. I don't really need to go at corner. I took an edge and now I'm looking at linebacker and Harold Perkins or something like that. But the draft fits better if Bailey's the pick. Mm-hmm. But I want Downs because I think Downs on his own can change your defense, a game changer in the middle. But my brain tells me, I don't know, man. Bailey sets you up really nice to draft better. The draft stretch is better for you now. So that's how my mind works, like stuff like that.
No, that makes sense. I mean, I can understand. You'd be excited about having Downs, but then it's still not lacking in pass rush, which is our biggest weakness.
Yeah, but I want Downs still.
Shut up. I mean, you're not going to be mad about having Downs, obviously.
Brain, shut up. We don't want Bailey. We want Downs. So,
well, okay. I mean, we saw last year though that when the Cowboys weren't necessarily in contention, but we saw the Cowboys make some shocking moves. I mean, I feel like if the Cowboys were in contention and having a strong season and they were lacking pass rush, that I'd imagine they'd go out and make a move mid-season like they saw last year. What do you think?
I would hope so. Go get Crosby.
All right, we will go ahead and skip the mock draft because I know, Mike, it's been a long day for you. So we'll go straight to your views from the sidelines here. Has your source mentioned any names or moves we should keep our eyes on?
Oh, damn. You know what? Did I put anything about that? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I remember. It was Harold Perkins. They like Harold Perkins a lot. Like, could be 90, the pick at 92, because a lot of people are thinking he's 112, but he could go as early as 92, because especially if they don't get the edge rusher. Because the thing about Perkins is he's very much like a Reese Light. He can cover good enough to play, or Zach Bond. Mm-hmm. He will bring edge rush when he is asked to pass rush. You don't want him to do it every down, but he will bring it. But then he could do linebacker stuff. He's athletic enough to cover. He gets to spots. He can tackle. So, like, he would be a good if they went safety and corner or safety and offensive player, and they're like, okay, what are they going to do? Edge linebacker, look for a Perkins to do something where they feel like, okay, we added a little bit to both. And that was the guy that I heard they like a lot, was Harold Perkins Jr.
What are your thoughts on Harold Perkins Jr.?
Me? Oh, I love him. I think that if he was able to develop as a pass rusher, he probably could have went in the first round. He got injured. They wanted to move him to play him at linebacker instead of straight, just rushing the passer. And I love the versatility he brings. I don't think he has the upside of Reese, but it wouldn't surprise me if you got him at 92 and he made a bigger impact year one than Reese did, because Reese got some developing to do, but Reese could be really friggin' good. He just he's young and he's like, he's a projection.
Right. I'm looking here at a scouting report. Do you think that he fits the hybrid role that Christian Parker was talking about that's so important for defenses
Not
this modern?
nickel. I think he fits Zach Bond's role.
Okay.
Where it's like, yeah, he plays a lot of linebacker and he's pretty good against the run. Like Zach Bond, he might miss some tackles, but like what he could bring as a blitzer edge rusher on occasion, like the pass is coming. He can edge rush, man. He's not just like he can blitz. Like he's got game as an edge rusher.
All right. Are you still evaluating players?
Oh yeah. Not today though. I didn't do one player today. Today was busy. But yeah, you re-look over guys that you hear about. You know what? The guy, God, man. See, this is what happens. I should know the name because I just did it. Like the kid that came out that's like a 7th rounder undrafted, but he got all the measurables. I hadn't watched him. The Nigerian kid. What is his name? Somebody in the comments will know. But the Nigerian kid who just blew away his measurables, like unbelievably crazy. I just watched him, and now I'm that's what happens when you're like friggin' nearly 200 players in, dude. Your brain warps on names. I hate myself right now. But yes, he was the latest player I watched because I was like, oh damn, it's crazy. I want to see, like, can he do anything on the football? Like, does he have any like thought process of I know anything of what I'm doing, or are you really drafting him for 3 years from now?
Gotcha. And last one, since the combine, who have been your biggest risers and fallers? One for offense, one for defense.
Ruben Bain Jr. has been a faller. He was edge 1 or 2, and now the arms. Is he a DT? This now people, teams they can't draft. They get scared. They want the measurables. Sorry. And so he's been falling. Hey, let him fall right to 12 if we don't trade up. Now I'll scoop him up and be the happiest person in the world. Matter of fact, with those arms, you shouldn't pick him in the top 11. He's going to be horrible. So just don't do it. And then dropping also, I heard Malachi Lemon's interviews at the combine were not good. Now, when we did this show sheet was from 3 weeks ago when we were going to do it. And that was a big talking point. He's kind of mellowed out now. Now he's somewhere in the teens, 20s. But like he was talked about as could he be the top wide receiver? And then like things went bad. Like he had bad interviews. He wasn't like his head wasn't in the game during drills. And that's going to affect you teams wise. Risers, Monroe Freeling. I think that's just basically because he's a left tackle on the rise and there's no other left tackles. So teams are like, hey, we need left tackle. Let's take a shot at him. And my guy, Chris Johnson, who we already talked about, just unbelievable feat and movement skill.
Sir, what is here we are with Brendan's bashing free agency edition. Talk to us, Brendan.
Free agency, like I said, it's been a minute. I don't really have one for that, but this will be nice and quick because I do feel bad for Mike. But this bashing will think otherwise. So my bashing is on Mike because he's complaining that we're going longer. It's been 3 weeks, and he went to Disney. So he's one of the reasons why we haven't been on in 3 weeks. Fair. And so he's complaining about it and all that. And so guess what, bitch? This is what we do. We're going longer.
That's fair. Now, I told somebody I'd call him at 8:30, and I couldn't. They called me at like 5. I went on the internet to fix the extender and everything. Couldn't call them back because I got done at like 6:57, and I knew I had to join you guys. So I was getting everything set up to get on. And then I text them like, hey, I'll call you like 8:30 when we're off air. And so I'm looking down and I'm like, God damn it, I still have top 5. And I want to watch Raw. So then I have to go on the phone call and get through that. And I'm like, God damn, can I just watch my show? But I love coming on with you guys.
Yeah. No, I thought about this. I thought about this like 8 minutes ago. And I'm like, that's why you can see me. I've had like a shit-eating grin for like the past like 8 minutes. I'm like, I really don't have a bashing because like free agency. It's been a minute. Oh wait, this will be funny.
I spent $700 in merchandise at Disneyland.
Bro, it's your favorite thing. Like, don't.
Hey, bro, like, treat yourself, dog. You gotta treat yourself.
Like, that's your favorite place.
The hoodies were $89. I get 20% off, but the hoodies were retailed $89.99. I got 4 of them.
Yeah, dude.
God, bro, the bag is big at the Crumb House.
For Disney, it all goes to Disney money.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Any Jordan purchases recently?
I just got pictures in the Kobe Christmas, the Venom, and I showed you the Laker color Luka ones, right? Did you see those?
No. Not yet. We can wait till after the show, or
No. Start. I'll grab them. Go on to the next thing.
Would you rather? We'll start with you, Brendan, while Mike gets the shoes. Again, this is 3 weeks old now, but Dylan Thieneman, and Messidor at 12 and 20, or Jermod McCoy and Jacob Rodriguez at 12 and 20. Brendan.
Oh, Jermod McCoy, Jacob Rodriguez. If you're taking Thieneman and you're taking Messidor, I'm so upset. Like, I'm not upset with the players themselves. I'm like, the value you use to get them. Oh, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
McCoy's got upside.
Brendan's absolutely right, without question.
I was gonna say, did you wear those Jordans on Easter? Excuse me, those Lukas on Easter.
I did. I wore them for Easter because they fit, the color.
Yeah.
And I got a sick ass picture, dude, where it's at night and the castle it's purple, and the shoes I'll send it on Twitter. It's fucking sick.
That sounds sick. All right. One word: the Cowboys re-signing Sam Williams was blank, Mike.
Fine. It costs you nothing. He plays special teams. Just don't let him be a bonehead, and it's fine.
Brendan?
Annoying. Why? Sam Williams is so talented, and you'll see one of the craziest. He'll strip Saquon Barkley, and you go, "Holy shit, this is awesome!" And then you'll see him do a stupid play on special teams, and you go, "I hate you. I hate you as a player, not a person." I'm like, why are you here? You're getting paid way too much money to do jack.
Hey, wasn't that long ago he had 7 sacks, my dude?
Okay, but how many penalties did he have?
I'm just saying, bro.
That's what I'm getting at. Like, his upside is so great. That's why Dallas drafted him in the second. But then you just do the dumbest things. I'm like, you are a grown man getting paid to play a sport. You should know what and what not to do for the most part. You can still have penalties. Like Tyron Smith got penalized a lot. He was just choke slamming people when he got penalized. So I'm like, you know what? That's badass. You do you. But you're a moron.
Yeah. The fact that they did bring him back, I found it somewhat intriguing. I wonder how much, if any, like Christian Parker was like, hey, I want to see what we got in this guy. You think that he had anything to do with that?
Maybe. I feel like it was more like, oh, hey, we trade for Rashawn. That's our big addition. And then our depth. See, but we have Sam Williams here. Like, you can't be mad at us. We're going to hope our second-round pick last year makes a jump. We traded for another starter. And now Sam Williams is our depth piece. Like, you can't be mad at us for doing it. That's what I felt like. It's like, see, we made more than one move at defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say we didn't do enough. That's what I felt like with Sam Williams.
I thought it was honestly a special teams move. If you could clean up his dumbass plays, he makes a lot of good plays on special teams.
He does. But then he'll make the dumbest plays you've ever seen in your entire life.
Please.
Yes, where did that come from?
How you know what? I'm not going to bring that up because we need to get to top 5.
All right, here we are with top 5. Our favorite movie franchises. This should be interesting considering I haven't seen quite a lot of movies that Mike and Brendan would or criticize me about. So we'll have to see here if any of those franchises made their list. I imagine Star Wars is going to be on both of y'all's list, but we will find out. So Brendan,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't
That's such a
the reference. Is that the Live Long and Prosper?
Okay, so I took movie franchises as 3 or more movies. That's what I did it as, because of course we could just say
we're supposed to do it, right?
Yeah. I'll just because I know we talked about Marvel as a whole. It's like, oh, screw you, dude. That's over 30 movies. No. So, but my first one was Back to the Future. I watched a lot of them, all of them many times as a kid. It's just something I watched on road trips and stuff. They're just really, really good. It could end up being feel good, but also just such great stories. Mine is mostly vanilla. If you haven't seen any one of these, I'm gonna fight you, Paul. We live in the same state. You had to
have seen Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, I've seen 1, 2, and 3. Yeah.
No, I'm saying my list is pretty vanilla. I'm not gonna lie here.
So's mine.
But what the hell?
I'm sorry. I wanted to see if Mike, can you see this Bob Strum tweet right here. I just wanted you to see that. Sorry, I was looking on Twitter.
Are we
for a
sure
second.
Kenyon Sadiq wouldn't be a fun idea? It would be a fun idea.
It's like, of course, I'm gonna put my I know we're on top 5. I'm gonna put my Fergie love aside. That's such like a luxury pick.
Yeah.
When your team is like, oh, we're just on the cusp of really being Super Bowl contenders, that's the move you make. When you're this, hell no.
If Guyton worked out and you signed like Nakobe Dean, now I could make more of a that would be pretty fun, but no. Just so you know, I never picked a 5th because I had written down Ocean's Trilogy, Die Hard, John Wick, the Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, and Nick Frost movies. I don't know if you guys know what they are. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. That's a trilogy of. They're not the same characters, but they basically are. But I'm gonna go with Predator. Predator is number 5.
I'm upset with myself.
Which one?
My John Wick.
John Wick.
I don't know why. My brain didn't compute. That's a friend. Yeah,
John Wick is probably my 7, because I would probably put Die Hard. The 5th one's not great.
Dude,
Predator though. I gotta put Predator, especially with the new one. Predator Badlands was so fucking.
We had a whole John Wick movie night where we drank bourbon and watched it. Like, oh my god, I'm pissed.
I honestly thought John Wick was going to be second behind Star Wars for you. Honestly,
I didn't even know. When you hear my number 2, it'll be very obvious. But I'm upset.
Well, my 5 is the Predator series.
Yeah.
Number 5 for me, I'm going with the Scream franchise. Even though 7 wasn't great, but
good one.
1 through 3 are classic, and then I think even 4 and 5 don't get the respect that they deserve.
I liked 4 and 5 a lot. I even dug 6. 7 was the first
6
one.
Was good, dude.
Huh?
7 is so bad. I hate how bad
7
it
was
dude.
not great.
I was talking to somebody on Twitter, like they posted something about Scream. I'm like, Scream 7's so bad, and then they retweeted with like how much money it's made. It's like it's still a bad movie.
Yeah. I'm glad it made a bunch of money. Like, do a better one for the next one. Because I like the ones with Ortega and the other lady that said the stuff that got her in trouble or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like 4, where Emma Roberts, like, that was actually a really cool reveal. So I didn't have really an issue with those. I thought 2 was awful and I thought 7 was awful. Those are the only 2 that I was like, not good movies.
The opening to 4 is really awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Number 4, the Unbreakable franchise, Unbreakable and Split and then Mr. Glass.
Good choice.
This was so hard for me to do, man.
Love that trilogy.
Are you sure? I feel like your like movie trilogy wise should be like this much, like this big. It's like you have
like 10 options.
Yeah, like you haven't seen it. It was super hard. Man, I had 6 movies. I had 6 movie franchises to choose from. And I could only choose 5 of them.
My number 4 is Dark Knight trilogy for obvious reasons.
That was so close to making mine, but I'm like, I didn't want to have too many superhero movies in my thing, and I'm like, of all the ones that I did add over that, I'm like, 1 and 3 aren't my favorite in that.
That's my only.
Not that they're bad, but they're franchise. Oh wow, that's surprising.
Yeah.
For my 4, I put Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Like those, I like them. I like those 3.
The second one is as good as any. I really love the Disney Spider-Mans. The second Tobey Maguire one is as good as any Spider-Man has ever made. It's brilliant.
I hated how they did the third one, but the second is like classic too.
That's how I kind of feel about the whole Dark Knight trilogy. Like, dude, Dark Knight itself is cinema. It's perfect, and like Bane wasn't as good.
I will fight you.
No, I'm saying it wasn't as good as the second one.
I will fight you.
You have that? You have Dark Knight Rises higher than Dark Knight?
No.
That's what I'm getting at. Though.
It's close because the end of Dark Knight isn't like. I didn't love the very end. I liked it up to where Heath Ledger's captured and escapes, but then after the end with the boat and stuff is like it's fine. But the conclusion of the trilogy was done really well.
Oh, yeah, dude. No, really Alfred. Well. I'm not gonna lie. Alfred made me cry and all that stuff. Like, because when he actually thought,
dude,
oh, brother, like that got me. Number 3 is Iron Man for like I said, I went vanilla for I'm gonna say what Mike said for obvious reasons. Like
the Iron Man trilogy.
Yeah, are you joking?
First one, man, is probably my favorite superhero movie of all time, right there with Dark Knight. But I don't know, the third one is for me. It's not bad. It's just
Oh, third one's Guy Pearce with the yes. I did.
The Mandarin.
I liked all those.
Yeah,
I
the Mandarin.
I love Sam Rockwell in the second. Genius.
Yeah.
My third's Harry Potter.
Oh,
I'm like a 5-year-old. I have every book. I've read every book. I watch the movies when they come on TV all the time.
Dude, I don't think there's a bad movie in that franchise.
No, there really isn't. Especially from Prisoner of Azkaban on, every movie is fucking phenomenal.
I haven't watched a Harry Potter movie in a while, man, but yeah, those were always good.
I watched them like 3 days. No, I watched one today. Deathly Hallows was on. I watched part of it.
Nice.
It was on while I was doing stuff.
Number 3 for me is the Toy Story franchise. Shout out to my son Baker.
Yeah, no, that's also
watched
great.
those so many times over the the last couple of years, but they're so good. Toy Story 5 is going to be incredible.
A great one. I probably should have had that on mine. Predator is really good though. Where do I put it? I don't know, but that's a great one, Paul.
Thank you. I tried. I tried to have something respectable on my list for you guys.
What's your 2? Hurry up! It's already 8:31. What's wrong with you?
The Avengers.
Good series. Yeah. I didn't do any Marvel because I would have done the whole universe. There was too many movies. So
yeah.
My 2 was Back to the Future, which we already spoke of. Probably my favorite trilogy of all time is Back to the Future.
That's
all right. My number 2, we've already talked. It's Dark Knight. I love that series made Batman my favorite superhero of all time.
Yeah.
Oh god, Christian Bale kicked ass.
You insulted Bane. You don't deserve to have them number 2. Victory has defeated you.
No, he was so good. It's just like I feel like they tried pushing things. I do love that they actually had the full entire Steelers roster for the Gotham Knights team. Like that was badass.
That was sick.
And all that. And then I don't have to say anything for number 1. Y'all already know my number 1 answer.
Me too.
Duh. It's Star Wars, dude.
Star Wars. Yep, mine too.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know if I like that much though. I haven't really decided.
Before I say my first one, Mike, how close or far was Nightmare on Elm Street making your top 5? Was that close at all?
It wasn't in there because they had so many, like, I love Freddy Krueger, but not every movie is quite like the first one is great. The third one is elite. Freddy versus Jason is great, and New Nightmare is great. The other ones are kind of like you watch for Freddy, but the movies aren't great.
The second Freddy is like one of the scariest movies of all time.
That's true. The second one's cool. Help yourself, fucker. No,
welcome to prime time, bitch.
That's the third one.
I know, but that's the line I'll know till the day I die.
No, that's what I was like. I was going over Scream and I was going over Freddy. I'm like, the better movies in Scream franchise and they're under Freddy, like when you break it all down.
What was your 1?
Number 1 is Spider-Man, the Tom Holland movies.
Great choice. The Tom Holland Spider-Man's like the first one was so good that I was like, you cannot top that. And then Jake Gyllenhaal pulling off do you know how hard it is, especially comic people that know he's full of shit. So you're like, well, how are you going to pull this off? I already know Mysterio's full of shit, you know, but he still nailed that. It wasn't as good as 1, but it was so good. And then the third one with all this was they made whole Green Goblin better, even better. Like they elevated Green Goblin. That movie was. I'm freaking out about Brand New Day. I can't wait to see what they do with that.
Yeah, that'll be pretty sick. The trailers have been looking really good.
Yeah, Spider-Man's had good movies, man. Because like even though we like 3 wasn't great, like the third Spider-Man of the Tobey Maguire's was not bad. Like it's not like it was terrible. Like Spider-Man has good ones. Like the Garfield ones were the least, obviously, but with the way they did them with the Tom Holland, it makes you go back and appreciate them more now that it's like he got a completion of the storyline within that movie, it's not bad. All right, let's go. Hurry up. CD Piglet.
Well, it felt good to be back, boys. We're going to be pretty active here the next few months. So I'm glad that we were able to get back on and knock off the rust. Before we get you out of here, Mike, where can we find you on Twitter, sir?
I said CD Piglet. Nice.
Brendan, where can we find you?
He's just grumpy now.
I'm doing it's like a bit.
Hungry and tired.
Yeah,
and
you
old.
find me at Brendan_Smith26.
I had a filet mignon before that's one of the things I was doing. I cooked dinner for everybody.
That Cowboys wire money, baby.
No, it wasn't a bad price filet. I got it at a good cost.
Guys, I'm Paul Ryan. You can find me on Twitter at Paul_Ryan15. We appreciate you joining us, and we will see you guys next week.